What's up, guys? Jeff from Texas Moto Works. So this is quite a, okay, let's back up here. Let me show you what I'm working on. Old Goldwing, an 87. It was the last year of this generation. Really cool bike if I can get everything fixed on it. It's got all the bells and whistles, and it's an Aspencade, which means it's kind of like the top of the top of the top. But been sitting for a number of years. And first thing that happened is I pulled the airbox. And mind you, I have never worked on one of these before, so this is all a learning curve for me today. But pulled the airbox, and about 15 to 20 peanut, like full peanut shells without the peanuts in them, inside the airbox. So I have new reserve for field mice today, because obviously they got these peanuts and they got them into the airbox, however they did that, and that's where they lived, and that's, you know, that's a pretty nice place. Talk about moving on up. If you're a field mouse and you're living in a Honda Goldwing airbox, that's pretty awesome. But anyway, so here's the rest of the nest. The nest was downstairs. I guess the kitchen was upstairs in the airbox right there. It was right here. Are there any fragments? No. It was right there. But with all that being said, getting the carbs out. Holy mackerel. So if you know Honda Goldwing motors, they're opposed, this generation, they were opposed 4 cylinders, but getting those carbs out, my gosh, that was probably one of the top 3 hardest things I've ever had to do on a motorcycle. They've got tons of wires on them. They've got cruise control. They have just really difficult. And the bike had crash bars, which I'm never a fan of. I understand their significance and function and what they do, and they save your motor if it falls over. I get it, but I don't like the way they look. And of course, this one was right in the way of getting the carbs out. So anyway, carbs are out. I'm not even going to mess with these. I'm sending to my good friend Louis. He's in Florida. He'll go through them. He knows these carbs really well, and I'm going to let him do that. And then me, I got to work on getting the motor unstuck. Now, I haven't confirmed that the motor is stuck. The previous owner told me that it was stuck, that he tried to bump start it, and it felt like it was locked up. So it's a heavy bike, so maybe he just wasn't going fast enough. We'll find out. What I'm going to do is, when I took the carbs off, I obviously pulled the intakes off, and then I did WD-40 inside. You see the valves are holding pretty good because I dumped that in there quite a while ago. But now that I've got the plugs out of it, I'm going to dump some Marvel Mystery oil down each cylinder and hope for the best. So and then clean up the mice dominium right here, and then just clean all this stuff up. Once I get the carbs back, bolt it together, hopefully I can get the motor unstuck. I'll check the valves. But what's incredible about this bike is that it's a 87, so do the math, however many years that is. It's like 30, what are we at, 30, is that 35? I don't know, my brain isn't doing math right now. But original owner, the guy went and bought it in 1987, brand spanking new, and is one owner, and that is so rare for anything I do. But this was the top of the top as far as touring bike. I already put a new screen on it, and once I get the carbs in it and get it running, I'm assuming there's going to be quite a bit of electrical stuff. It's got a lot of electrical things on it, and he did some weird electrical stuff that I've got to work through. He added this switch. He said something about the running lights that he did. I don't know. You know what? Baby steps, step by step. If I start to think too much about it, it makes my head spin. There's some, look at that. See that? That's a peanut fragment, right? These guys, these little field mice, they got a full peanut shell inside the airbox, but then they didn't split it like humans do. They just like ate a little hole in the end and got the peanut out. And I've got pictures of it, but that was amazing. That was a first for me. Other than that, the bike had some horrible pinstriping on it, and it had the previous owner and wife's name on the rear luggage. I color sanded all that off. So I cleaned it up really good. Once it's back together, I'll completely detail it, and it should be a really neat machine. So that's that. All right, thanks for listening to my long-winded story. What an adventure today has been. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Take care.